against the Broncos.
Larry, we are at the foot of the Rockies as EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the picturesque city of Denver, Colorado. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Denver Broncos. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. First carry for Carlos Hyde. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
To throw on second down is gone. Steps away to his left. He finds his running back, Hyde. Even with that broken tackle, can't go very far. Stops short of the 30. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll lead here to a third down. A shotgun snap for Gone. Flushed out right. Caught on the right side, Reed. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Finding some room at midfield. 12 more yards there and another first down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? First down, a run with Hyde. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. And what they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Now Collins. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Second down following the run. Handoff comes to Hyde. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. They'll run it. Here's Hyde. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Carlos Hyde, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here comes Bruce Ellington on the return. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
To throw on 2nd down is Tannehill. And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it. And the Bengals grab it. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a 2-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. 2-hand. Oh, I get it. 2-hand monster. Both hands on the football. Taking care of it. Putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
They go screen pass to Hyde. Hyde a first down and more. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Carlos Hyde with touchdown number 15 of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And coming out now, the Broncos. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. And a long way to go for the offense here on 2nd down. Now it's Tannehill. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Tannehill on first down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by C.O. Moore. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. An update now from Oakland. The Patriots, they're out to an early lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here.
In just about every special teams meeting, there's a discussion with the punter about his importance. Why? He can flip the field for your team defensively. move it deep into their own territory, or if you're backed up on offense and he can hit a big punt and change field position and help his defense. In this case, though, field position got flipped by the return team. You can do it so many different ways on special teams.
On first down, it's Tannehill. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Well, I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick six on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and say, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
On 2nd and 10, Tannehill. Eluding the pressure right. And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it. And the Bengals have recovered it.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. On second down, here's Goff. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And he will be hit with a lot of force and spun down. That one goes for 24 yards.
When I watched Jared Goff on tape at Cal, I saw a guy who wasn't just a dart thrower. You know, a lot of people said, he's perfect for the West Coast offense. I always thought he could do a little bit more, and that was the reason why. He can push it downfield. He has a good, strong arm.
Now a play fake here on first down. Out to the left here to Reed. And he will be out. Out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. They go play action here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Here's Goff now on second down. Out to the flat for Hyde. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
They'll run for it with Hyde. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Carlos Hyde on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bengals add on to their lead. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be second down. Back to throw, Tannehill. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
Here's Tannehill. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Aaron Donald in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Kendall Beckwith in there to drop him, and that will go into the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Out of the gun, gone. He dumps it to Hyde. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Give him 8 on the play, and they're going to face a third down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. From the 50, it's gone. Looking left side, that's caught by Macklin. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. That's to his running back, complete. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On the counter, this is Hyde. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
If this was boxing, you think maybe they would have thought about stopping this one because this defense has been bruised, it's been battered. But this is why they keep the fight going, right? They just got done with a really nice play, showing they still got a little bit left, don't they?
Haven't had many plays that they can clip, put in the film room, and smile about, but, hey, there's one.
Clip and save.
From the gun, here's Goff. He's going to fire one deep over. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They'll run, hide. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal. Here's Hyde, 3rd and goal. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. Now it's Chris Boswell on for the field goal try. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And Boswell's kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive only yields 3 points.
Yeah, they were able to move the football, but the defense stiffened once their backs were to the end zone, and they were able to hold them to just 3.
The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. On second down, here's Tannehill. He gets this one to Bruce Ellington. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. From the 50, it's Tannehill. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Second and 10. Tannehill once more. A quick hitter complete. It's Smith. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Throwing on third down, Tannehill. He sets to fire deep. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They snap it to Tannehill. And Jeffrey's got it. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And the timeout comes in with 2 seconds remaining. So they can trot out the field goal unit for the try before we hit the lockers. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we send you on to Orlando, we hook back up with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. And an update from out west in Oakland. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Oh, nice move. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Barry Church. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he's going to be taken down deep into Bronco territory. A gain of 32 that time.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. They run it again with Hyde. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it first and goal.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll give to Hyde. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Carlos Hyde, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals just continue to pour it on. Extra point now by Boswell. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now to return, this is David Johnson. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. So the Broncos coming out now. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Here's Tannehill now on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Third and 11, and some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime. Tannehill. He's going to look deep down the field. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Barry Church. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
There's been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for him here.
They'll try to fire up the running game with Hyde. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second in just about a few inches here.
Not an ideal spot to be on first down, but I love that the play caller did not immediately abandon the running game and say, okay, we've got to throw it in order to pick it up. Stayed with the run, was rewarded with a big-time pickup. Now they're in second and manageable.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Again, it's Hyde. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
A good pickup there of 20 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Another tote for the afternoon workhorse. It's Hyde. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
They go screen pass to Hyde. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Now the Bengals on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. On the ground with a tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be first and goal. So now it's first and goal. Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
They come out with one back and three tight ends. High. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the one.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
The offense on third down, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is third and goal. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on fourth and goal. And he missed it. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So that's one you almost never see at this level, a wobbler from very short range, and it winds up no good.
All right, Brandon, if he slipped or someone got a hand on it, then I could understand it, but it's almost like he heard a whistle or something to stop this swing. A very strange result, especially for an NFL kicker.
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. Despite some fast footwork, he's still wrangled down shy of the 15. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Again, it's Johnson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be taken down at the 18. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The Broncos on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he will get the first down as he's up to the 20-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Now a handoff. Johnson. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Welcome back now to Denver. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line. Torrey Smith, watch him go. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Torrey Smith, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos are able to at least make things a bit more respectable. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. It's a very short kick, taken right at the 20. And solid field position here to start as they get it out to the 40-yard line.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get it to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
They start the drive with Hyde, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Dithema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Now the Bengals on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is going to be 3rd and 13. A shotgun snap for Goff. Escaping the pressure right. And now a fumble. The ball's out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
In today's NFL, most teams don't have as many goals for the game like we used to have where you checked off your boxes. But 0 turnovers, that's a universal. And while it won't likely cost them in this game, they're going to regret the fact that they coughed one up here.
Yeah, their first blemish. They had mistake-free football prior. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. A gain of 3, second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7. They go to Johnson again. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. And he had a nice play there from his free safety position to hold him to nothing.
And, Brandon, remember when the free safety was always back away from the line of scrimmage?
That's changed.
But, oh, has that changed in a big way? The way we see it now, they're almost mirrors between the free safety and the strong safety. One will be up, one will be back, or sometimes both will be in the same spot. On that play, the free safety was there, no gain.
And the spin looked pretty, but more for style points as the real estate evaporated quickly there. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Desperation time for Tannehill on 4th down. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Bengals will get the football back. And out now, here come the Bengals. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day at camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Goff now to throw. Flush to his right. Now he's going to let it go deep right. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is out of bounds just a yard or two shy of the 30. And that one results in 35 yards. And now a first down following that long gain. They'll run it now out of the gun. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Six yards to go here on second down. They run high. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Here's high. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there, and often you talk about the three phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Johnson on the counter. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Second down following the run. Off play action, Tannehill. Flushed out right. And he's got some space here. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. Tannehill able to take off and pick up the first as well.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Now it's Tannehill off the bootleg. And his throw here's incomplete. Deion Sims is tight end, the intended target. And it's third down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Broncos on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. He needed 9. He got 8. And that's going to leave him with a 4th and 1 on their side of the field. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They run. It's Johnson going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or two. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Bengals will get the football back. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Bengals, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, add another loss to the pile as they drop to 2-8 now on the year. And they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, everyone, as we say so long from Denver.
Yeah. That's what the feeling.